Hey guys, BreakWizard59 here, today coming at you with another awesome LEGO Star Wars vintage set review. And today we're taking a look at set number 7259, the ARC 170 Starfighter. This set is ages 8+, contains 396 pieces, 4 awesome minifigures, and when it came out back in the year 2005, it originally retailed for $40, so it's right at that 10 cents per piece price point. But anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the minifigures. Alright, so let's go ahead and start off taking a look at the minifigures in this set. The first of which, of course, is our regular Episode 3 clone pilot. Now, I really like the printing on this minifigure, especially on the helmet. But you can see he has a lot of black printing, and he also has the Republic emblems, and then some nice detailing on the torso with the tubes to show like his breathing apparatus. Then I love the use of the sand blue for his torso or legs and arms. Moving to the back, you can see he has some more printing on the back, and he does actually come with a blaster in this set. The next minifigure in this set is our Astromech Droid, which is seen here. Now this is a pretty cool Astromech Droid for the fact that it is in the red color. Now I really like this Astromech Droid, but a fun fact, it is actually exactly identical to R2-D2 except it is in the red color. But as we take a look, you can see he has some red printing on the dome and on the body, and then no printing on the back, and then you could see the dome printing does end up going all the way around. So there's a look at your Astromech Droid. Alright, so here is a look at the ARC 170 Starfighter itself, and it's definitely quite a large vehicle. Alright, so we'll start off and take a quick look at the very front of the vehicle. So we'll start off here in the very front with the nose. Now I really love the sleek design, as I said when we were taking a look at the 360 here of the nose. It looks really nice. I love the use of the dark red, which is one of the main colors of the Republic. And that's actually something that the new 2010 ARC 170 was kind of lacking in terms of color. But basically how this works is you have these hinge bricks here on the corner, and that kind of let the parts actually fold in a bit to give that bit of a triangular look on the front. And then over here I like how they use contrast with the dark green. Now I am missing a piece there, sadly. If you take a look at the set, there is a printed 2x2 white tile with some printed green shape there, and I am sadly missing that tile that goes over here, so I did end up substituting it for just a regular white tile. But before we take a look at the cockpit, I just want to show you the engine detailing here. I love the use of those printed parts, and I know it might be a bit tough to see, so we'll go ahead and zoom in. But what you can see is the engine detailing, so we have the turbines inside, so those are amazing printed parts. But you can see there's also some bits of silver on the edges. And that's kind of to show the wear of the vehicle. As that's actually not something because of playability. I did get this set pretty much brand new, sealed in bags. So those parts are actually, is actually done on purpose, the use of that silver. And I really like how that's done, as those small details LEGO adds really adds quite a bit to the set. But now let's go ahead and take a look here at our cockpit. So basically how this works is you can actually remove this whole piece, like so. It's only connected by those two studs over there. And then you can take your clone pilot minifigure, and you can place him in here. You can see that is a bit of a backrest. So he just goes right in like so. And sadly there are no control panels, so he just sits in. There's really nothing much there to it. And then you can just pop this piece right back on. And there you go. So now let's go ahead and move up to our second two cockpits, which are up over here. And there's a small feature that has to do with this part here, which I'll get into in a bit. But here's a look at our back cockpit. So you can of course see we of course have our swiveling gun in the back, along with some awesome printed parts, as we'll actually go ahead and take a look at that piece first. But there is a basic look at the back. I really, again, love the use of these printed parts, as all the parts you see in the set with print are, of course, printed. There are no stickers in the set, and I really like the use of that. So over here, in order to get access to the interior, what you can do is lift this portion open like so, and same with this cockpit window, and then you can actually fold these outward. so it gives you a lot of accessibility onto the interior. So you can see we have this small pad in the middle. That is actually where you would place your Astromech Droid, right there. And then you have some seats here for your clone pilots. And you can see we have some nice print on that computer, and that actually is supposed to show a droid Starfighter. And you have the same one here in the back. So basically, all you need to do is place your minifigures inside, like so. And then the other one, of course, going on the other side. And that's what I really like about this vehicle. It's more than just a one-seater. But anyways, then you just close this up, make sure their arms are a bit down, or it does end up interfering a bit with the closing mechanism, like so. And then you just fold this back up and then close it down. So there's a basic look at our cockpit, and then again another look at some more printed parts. This is actually like a window piece with this print on it, so you can actually see inside the vehicle, and I really like how that looks. And then there's once again a look at the droid popping out. Next off, let's go ahead and take a look at the wings. Now they're both identical except for them being on opposite sides. So we're going to go ahead and just take a look at the left wing here. So basically, how the wing works is you have these large cannons here on the corner, and as we take a better look at them, what you can see there are actually, there's one main large cannon on the bottom, and I really like the use of these translucent blue parts to kind of give it the idea that it's shooting. Then on the top you have another smaller cannon or torpedo. Now there are places that have said this is also a rangefinder, so not completely certain what that is used for. But then as we move up, you can see we have our main wing, which is here, and then you have your secondary wings here and one on the bottom, and they do actually fold out, and I'll show you that in a bit. And then here's a look at the back of the engine here. You can see we of course have use of some of the gray bricks, cylinder bricks, and then you do have a translucent dish in orange for our flame. And then here's once again a look at the gear mechanism and the rubber band mechanism, which I'll show you after we expand the wings. Alright, so basically how we have to expand the wings. So let's actually take a look at the back here. And on the back, you can see we do have this knob. Now if we take a bit of a closer look at that knob, you can see it is connected to a bit of a rubber band, and that connects to that Technic brick there. So basically there are two features for this. One, of course, you can actually pull it, and I'll show you what that's for in a bit. And then second, you actually twist it. So all you need to do is just twist our little knob here. And as we zoom back out a bit, taking a look at our wings, what happens when you turn the knob is the wings actually end up opening up. So you can see they slowly open up, like so. And as we actually take a closer look at our wing, just so you can get a look of how that works. So basically inside there is a bit of a ball, a piece here with two of these Technic red balls at each end. And basically when you turn the knob, they go from a horizontal pose to a vertical pose. So as you can see, when I turn it again, the balls are moving to their horizontal position, therefore closing the wings. So I thought that's a really nice feature as we open the wings once more. But it does definitely expands quite a bit here as we go ahead back to the front. And this is basically the attack position of the vehicle. And I think it looks really nice. Definitely this was something that they used from the X-Wing. And I really love how that looks. It looks kind of imposing on your droid Starfighters. But there's a basic look at the wing. Alright, and there's one final feature in this set, and I'd again talked a bit about it in the beginning. But once again, if we take a look at that lever, we could see that it is connected with a rubber band. So what that allows you to do is actually pull our little lever right there. And if we take a look at the bottom, what that actually enables you to do, if we have a look, there is this portion, this piece right here. So when we pull this lever, you can see that yellow piece moves back and forth, and that is actually connected through the gearbox, which allows you to actually open up the wings. But there is actually a bomb mechanism. So if we pull that lever, you could see bombs end up dropping. So I thought that was a really cool feature. Here's a look at our bombs. They're just regular 1x1 cylinders. And I thought that was a really cool feature to kind of show your like proton torpedoes. And if you want to reload them, all you need to do is place them right in here. So if we can open this up just so you can get a better look. But if we look behind the pilot's seat, so let's go ahead and take the pilot out, and same with this piece here. But inside, you can see there is a bit of a ramp. So what you need to do when we put on our little seat here, you just throw our torpedo inside, and if we take once again a look, it basically slides down this ramp here, and it goes to the underbelly of the ship, which is right over there. You can see it'll go down to that portion right there, and therefore going back in place. Now the only flaw with this set, or one of the few flaws with the set, you could say, is actually the system that works. So I'd again showed you that it happens here on the bottom. But sadly, sometimes if we take a look, your torpedo gets jammed between the gearbox and this piece. So when you try to pull it, there'll be a torpedo stuck between them, not allowing you to pull this. And sometimes they end up getting stuck in a way such that you can't even turn the knob, and then the wings won't expand. So it's a bit of a flawed feature. I definitely like it, but it definitely gets stuck quite often, and that can be annoying at times. But other than that, that's it for the review of this set. So now let's go ahead and get on to the final thoughts. Alright, here's a quick look at the box of the set. On the front we have, of course, our action photo and then some of the set information. Here we have a look at the top. Here you could see there's a look at the minifigures and some of the warning information. And then the back side, which I think is really cool, what we have is the features of the set. Then we also have some cool alternate builds, and then there's a look at the other sets released in that year. I do have a review of the Droid Starfighter. I'm going to try to get a review out of the Jedi Starfighter and Vulture Droid very soon, as I'm actually trying to review every 2005 Star Wars set ever made, so that's kind of cool. Here's a look at the instruction manual. Again, a look at that action photo on the front. As we open it up, you can see there's a better look at some of the instructions. And then in the very back, you have a look at some of the other sets released in that year. So there's a look at the instruction manual. And that's going to do it for the review of set number 7259, the ARC 170 Starfighter. So overall, I really do like this set. This is a really nice looking vehicle, very sleek. Definitely happy with how it's turned out. A pretty good minifigure selection with your clone troopers and droid. As you know, there doesn't need to be a too complex minifigure selection to this, as they're pretty much all pilots, and I really like that. You get 3 of them, so it's really helpful in terms of building up a clone army. But overall, in terms of the set, I think it has some really nice features. I really like the look of the guns, and same thing with the engines. And then I love the feature where you can actually access the inside of the ship a bit more easily. And then, so overall, it looks really nice. One flaw might be that the wings, they do sag a bit as they're a little bit weak. Then also the bomb feature does get stuck a bit. But other than that, this set is really good. I really like the look of it. Again, it has some great play features, good minifigure selection. So my overall rating is going to be a 7 out of 10, as it's definitely a very solid set. And I definitely recommend it. I do actually like this one a bit more than the newer version, actually. Alright, so if you're looking to buy this set, you can find it on Bricklink for around $40 used, $100+ sealed. And I would definitely suggest picking this one up over the newer one. For one, this one of course has a lot more red, so it pops out a bit more. And plus, the newer version is actually like a few pieces more, yet it costs $10 more on Bricklink. So if you're looking for a cheaper route, this would be the way to go. It has the same amount of pieces, same build, and overall, I think it has a really good look to it. So there you go. That's going to do it for this review. So thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more LEGO Star Wars reviews coming in the future. And definitely check out some of my other videos on my channel. So thank you so much for watching. This is BreakWizard59, and I'll see you all next time.